backstage here with Paul Sun-Hyung Lee. Just killed your panel. People love you.
Thanks. Yeah, no, I don't know why.
Because you're great vibes.
Oh.
I mean, I saw you leave the first day. You were not only in cosplay, but you left. You're probably one of the last guests to leave the building. And as you were leaving, you were thanking everybody.
Yeah.
And that just shows me that you really are grounded, and it's just really, really nice to see.
Thank you.
And
Thanks,
you appreciate the human experience. I think that's why people love you.
Oh, well, yeah, maybe. It's I go through life with an extreme amount of gratitude just because
same.
There's so many blessings that come my way, and I know it's not like that for everybody.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm very cognizant of being very mindful about just saying thank you.
Yeah.
Because like there's so many volunteers, so many people working to make a con a success, and they need to be acknowledged. And I say that because I've been a volunteer. I've worked behind the scenes. I've done all that, and I think the backbone of any successful event are the volunteers and the people who work behind the scenes who do not get enough acknowledgement. So for all the volunteers out there, everybody who's working on the cons, thank you so much.
Everybody that's watching this when this goes up is cheering. But it's true. They're the unsung heroes of everything and every event.
Yeah, yeah.
You are a card-carrying member of the 501st.
I am.
How did that come about?
I've always been a nerd, so when I found out the 501st existed and I could be a part of it and what it was entailed to be a part of it, I immediately jumped at that because I am a props builder.
Yeah.
I've gotten back into cosplay. And so what I liked about the challenge of joining the 501st was its adherence to screen accuracy.
Right.
So I love that. That was a great challenge.
Yeah.
And so it was something that I really sort of dove into because of the challenge, but also learning what the 501st does in terms of raising money for charities and, dressing up as plastic spacemen.
Yeah.
Really using their hobby for good. And I love that message and that vibe that the 501st gives out. And what I also love is seeing people's reaction as they light up, as they see these characters come to life as if they've stepped off a movie screen. And so, that's as soon as I joined in 2018.
It's
and
amazing.
It's
Well,
been.
when my eyes lit up when I saw you walking out the door, this is the first time I'd seen you on Friday, and you were in a screen-accurate Obi-Wan costume. I was like, what? That's amazing.
Thank you. Yeah, no.
So obviously Kim's Convenience, just a massive success.
Mm-hmm.
But how did you react when you got the call that you were going to be part of the Star Wars universe?
Oh, man.
You must have just lost it.
Yeah, no, it's like you always feel like you're being pranked, right? It's like, pull the other one, right? And it's just, it is. I keep saying this, but it's like a dream, right? It's like a dream come true. You win the lottery, you've won the Stanley Cup, the Super Bowl, the World Series, all that rolled into one to get that opportunity to go out and become a part of Star Wars. And it's just such a surreal experience from packing to the flight down to the wardrobe fittings to the blocking rehearsals, all that hair, makeup.
Yeah.
It's a tremendous thing. And again, I felt like Alice in Wonderland or like Charlie in the Chocolate Factory.
Yeah.
You get a peek behind that curtain. And you soak in as much as you can.
Dude, you drove an X-Wing.
I know.
I mean, I was cheering for you when that we were like, what?
Yeah.
And I think it's all comes back to it couldn't have happened to a nicer guy.
Thank you.
And that's just, but you got to drive an X-Wing.
I know. And you touched on it. It's like everyone was so happy for me as well.
Yeah.
And I take that and it just makes it that much more special. When people are happy for your successes, it's indescribable how grateful and how humbling that is, right?
Sure.
And I got to live a dream that a lot of people have, and I'm more than happy to share that experience with people. And I think people really enjoy hearing that too, because then they can live vicariously through me. Yeah. And so I'm really happy to be a conduit or to share this experience and to let people know that it is absolutely as cool as they think it's going to be. Yeah. And
lastly, I mean, obviously Kim's Convenience, just a massive, massive show. And so many breakout stars coming out of it, yourself and, the master of Kung Fu.
Right.
So I think it speaks to, obviously there's good vibes going around everywhere. And I think that's why so much good's coming to all of you. And that show is so important to so many people because a lot of people, that's a snapshot of their lives.
Right. Yeah, no. And that's the thing. Like, it started off as a gig, a job for all of us, and it became so much more. And I think a lot of us wore that mantle of responsibility very well and really realized that what it represented was far more than just a job.
Oh
And I
yeah,
think-
like that's you are people's dads.
Yeah.
Like there's a lot of people that have dads like that, and
Yeah.
there's a lot of people that have family members like that, and it's realistic and it's true. So that's what's beautiful about it.
Thank you. Thanks. Yeah, that's what we're striving for: authenticity and just being honest and truthful in terms of this storytelling.
Yeah. Thanks for taking the time. Appreciate it.
Thank you so much for having me.
Yeah.